A historic gathering of military leaders sparks intense speculation. Next week, an extraordinary and unprecedented assembly of hundreds of top U.S. military commanders is set to take place in Virginia, raising eyebrows and stirring curiosity across defense circles. But here's where it gets controversial. Such a large in-person meeting of senior military officials is virtually unheard of in today's digital age, especially when secure video conferences are the norm for global coordination. Multiple officials within the Department of Defense have confirmed to Fox News that senior military leaders from around the world have been summoned to Virginia. However, the exact agenda remains shrouded in mystery, leaving many to wonder about the true purpose behind this gathering. The Pentagon has officially acknowledged the meeting, but has remained tight-lipped about the details. The Secretary of War will be addressing his senior military leaders early next week, said Sean Parnell, the Pentagon's chief spokesperson, in a brief statement. What makes this event particularly striking is its scale. Approximately 800 generals and admirals, along with their top enlisted advisors, are expected to attend. Typically, such a vast group of high-ranking officers, who are dispersed across the United States and overseas, would connect via secure video teleconferencing rather than convene physically. This unusual decision has sparked speculation about a potential shakeup within the military's upper echelons. War Secretary Pete Hegseth has previously expressed his intention to reduce the number of senior generals and admirals by about 20%, a move that has not gone unnoticed. The Washington Post was the first to report on this directive, which targets officers holding the rank of brigadier general or higher, including their Navy equivalents. Back in May, Hegseth announced plans to cut roughly 100 generals and admirals, with a particular focus on trimming at least 20% of four-star officers. Additionally, he called for a 10% reduction in general and flag officers across the entire military. This initiative is part of what Hegseth describes as his less generals, more GIs policy, aiming to streamline leadership and potentially enhance operational efficiency. To put this into perspective, Hegseth highlighted that the current ratio stands at 1 four-star or flag officer for every 1,400 troops. This contrasts sharply with World War II, when the ratio was 1 general for every 6,000 soldiers. Such a comparison underscores his argument for a leaner, more agile command structure. Gatherings of this magnitude are rare, as commanders typically convene in smaller groups or through virtual means. The decision to bring so many senior leaders together in one place is bound to raise questions about the urgency and significance of the issues at hand. Adding another layer to this story, the administration is reportedly preparing to unveil a new national defense strategy. This strategy is expected to shift the focus more heavily toward homeland defense, a notable change from the previous emphasis on the Indo-Pacific region. This pivot could lead to a comprehensive global force posture review, potentially resulting in significant adjustments to the deployment and positioning of U.S. troops worldwide. And this is the part most people miss. Such strategic realignments often come with internal debates and disagreements about priorities, resource allocation, and military readiness. Could this meeting be the stage for those debates to unfold? Or is it primarily about implementing the cuts Hegseth has championed? As this story develops, it invites a critical question. Is the planned reduction in senior military leadership a necessary step toward modernization and efficiency, or could it risk undermining experienced command during a time of evolving global threats? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Secretary Hegseth's approach, or do you see potential pitfalls? Share your perspective in the comments below. Stay tuned for updates as more information becomes available.